I feel like the Olympics don't really need any introduction. You know what they are, right? You know that, like, every 4 years, every country sends all their buffest men and buffest women to go fight in an arena, essentially, in different various sports for some funny gold circles. It's a pretty simple concept. I can't really show you their website because if I scroll any further down than this, there's just a bunch of men with their entire dick and balls out. The old Greek fashion way, but of course not exactly the old way YouTube prefers it. But you know what's up, you know? Everyone goes and they do their sports, but you know what else it is? Some goddamn Weenie Hut Jr.-ass shit. It's some baby poopy diaper shit, you know? What are you saying? Drug testing? Oh, you're not allowed to take steroids? Okay, well, boring. What are you, scared of science? I've always thought, how high can a human actually jump? Because, like, you see people jumping in basketball, that's pretty impressive, but not on steroids, maybe. Actually, being real, probably a lot of those higher level athletes are on steroids. But regardless of that, fact-ish, maybe half. I want to see some Olympics that dedicate themselves Olympics that dedicate themselves to seeing the true limit and capacity of a human being. And lo and behold, Grandma Peanut Fartballs is the person who recommended me this topic. I know that kind of sounded weird without me panning over to the Discord. But anyways, what are these enhanced games? Where do they come from? Where do they go? And Cotton Eye Joe or whatever. So this all starts while it is being funded by Peter Thiel, who is the big name on this. Everyone, when they think about it, think of the founder of PayPal, Peter Thiel, funding this entire project. But the big name that's been planning all of this and pulling the strings in the background actually goes by the name of Aaron DeSouza, who has always been really interested in this concept as well as being a backer of Thiel. Actually, I read in the article that he backed Thiel in the lawsuit that brought Gawker Media down. Now, I don't know about Gawker Media or who they've gawked, but that sounds pretty interesting, so they must have a bit of a connection from the past. But this Aaron DeSouza guy seems really interesting, as does Thiel, as I read through this article, as well as a few of the different ones. Because, like, I understand wanting to do something like this for science, right? To see how far a human can push themselves, because it, like, if they're giving their consent to do this while they know that it can harm their body, at least they're doing it because they want to, and also we'll learn about what these different steroids can do to a person when they take way too many. But the more I read about this guy, the more this almost seems like cult-like to him. Like, there's one thing that was a big thing that I saw in one of the news articles that really caught my attention for this entire situation, and it's that in these Olympics, the word doping is going to be called a slur. You're not allowed to say the word doping, so I guess the D word. I'm sorry. And it's interesting, the reason is because they're trying to classify people who use performance-enhancing drugs as a disadvantaged class, a minority that's being attacked by the common public, which, I mean, not really. I get what you're trying to say. Like, people make fun of people for doing steroids because there is a bit of a stigma on them, but I wouldn't necessarily say they're a disadvantaged class. If anything, they're literally getting an advantage injected into their veins or patted onto their skin or drank or, like, I don't know, like stuck up their butt. I don't know what they do with those stuff, but it's like a really interesting thing to think how much he's given, like, he kind of, like, he rides these people. Like, he needs to zip it up when he's done. So as of right now, there's no word for when this game is going to take place, but the more I hear about it, the more intrigued and the more I want it to actually take place. See, they say that they're going to be setting systems in place to make sure these athletes don't, you know, kill themselves. They don't want people to, like, push themselves to a limit to which they explode, like SpongeBob's arms whenever he tries to overinflate them in that one episode. And, like, I love that they have these, they call these borders to stop people from over steroiding themselves, anti-science borders, which, I mean, I guess kind of, like, steroids are scientific, and I guess stopping you from doing that is stopping you from putting science in your body, but at the same time, I feel like it's not necessarily, if anything, it's pro-science, because science has shown that these steroids can hurt you very badly. My god, though, the article that I'm reading right now that was written by the Deseret News is very, very, I mean, I can tell that they have a bit of an opinion on this entire situation, because the anti-science segment that they talk about, they list that it's like, those anti-chronistic and anti-science systems are also anti-premature death, anti-violent mood swings, anti-shrunken testicles, anti-acne, anti-ED, don't kill me, YouTube, anti-prostate problems, anti-breast development in men, anti-baldness, and anti-a lot of other bad things. But Teal left that part out for some reason. Let's not quibble. I mean, I get that you might not like the guy, but I mean, I want to see how high they can jump, man. Don't get so hateful, man. Like, I get that you might think this is a kind of a dangerous thing to do. However, they do make a valid point. In the middle of all of that anger and rage, they say, oh, there's other details to work out. They're illegal without a valid prescription. And they're like, will DEA agents be waiting at the finish line of the 100-meter dash? No, because they're not going to do a 100-meter dash. They have steroids now. They can do 400 meters. Freak. They're so mean. They're haters. They're doubters of the Peter Thiel system of the enhanced games. But anyways, my question is, what are the goals for this enhanced games? What are their mission statement? Well, oh, do not worry, my dear viewer. I have something lined up just for that. See, they listed off all of the website's main important points that they want to make with these games. And one of the first ones is drugs. Enhancing people with lots of them. I actually like that they said the funny line. They said the line, Bart, it's time to see what humanity is truly capable of. Which, yes, I agree. They said the thing about how I want to see how high a human can really jump. Basically, yeah. And we're just going to pass right on by that one to the rewriting the history of steroids. Yeah, no, we're not going to talk about the whole doping as a slur thing. That is a whole bunch of bull honky and who's a what's-its. I don't know what the hell he's trying to cook there. Probably heroin. You know what? Never mind. Let's continue. Rewriting the history of steroids. But I talked about earlier in this video, clearly one of the big goals of this, and the thing that DeSouza, am I saying that correctly? I hope I am. DeSouza said is that he noticed when he was in the gym that a lot of the guys that he was in the gym with admitted to doing performance-enhancing drugs themselves. And so he noticed that it's kind of like a social movement. More people are using it because they just feel like they want to push themselves to that limit, which, honestly, I know they're dangerous. I know they're not exactly great for you, but I'm not taking them. That's why I don't want to. If you want to, if that's what you strive for, if you feel comfortable being a gigantic buff behemoth, sure, go ahead. I'm not going to hate on you. I mean, some of it looks badass. I want to look like goddamn Dwayne The Rock Johnson, because you know his ass is not natural. But regardless, there's one other mission statement that they had for this, and this one, confused me a little bit. It embrace capitalism? I guess that means they want to make money. Because I read a quote from DeSouza about this specific mission statement, and it just... Peter is always challenging institutions, DeSouza said, of his investor. He knows that when you have calcified, bureaucratic incumbent controlling a large market, that's a real opportunity for disruption. One moment. When a government responsibility controlling a large market... Okay, well, I think he made those words... Okay, ChatGPT, but shut up. You just want to pump people full of drugs, and I'm here for it, okay? Have me on board, but stop with the big words, because you're just confusing people. And that's about where this entire situation lies. There is no solid set date for when the enhanced games are going to happen, as I said. But if you look up, like, asking the question, hey, when are they going to happen? They say that it's going to happen around 2025. It's meant to take place in 2025. So it hasn't exactly been set in stone. It's more just plans that they hope to acquire. And who knows? It might happen. It might go through. And if it does, that's kind of interesting. I'm genuinely curious to see where this goes. And I'm hyped to probably check in on it in a year or two when it eventually goes down, and we'll make a video about it to talk with you guys. But for now, I'm going to hit the road. So thank you guys for being here. Subscribe if you are new to Caspin, your homepage more often. I make videos all the time, and I'd love to catch you in whatever I make next. But for now, goodbye. Adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night, and I'm gonna go and not take steroids, actually. That's a weird outro. Don't do drugs, kids.